All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we're taking a deep dive into something you guys have been asking for.
Yeah, this is a popular one.
It is, and we're going to figure out how to unlock a whole new level of communication by figuring out how to speak English fluently.
Ooh,
We're going to get you there.
love it.
We found this really cool podcast script that's given us some really fascinating insights.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
So I think it might change the way you think about language learning and how to approach it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? So many people think of fluency as like this super far off thing.
Yeah, like this big mountain in the distance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's really not. It's more about just the climb.
Yeah.
Just gaining that confidence and connecting with people.
So true. And this script dives into some really specific methods to help us with that climb.
Yeah, for sure.
It actually compares learning a language to how babies learn,
Okay.
which is
new.
I thought was really fascinating. So, think about it. You didn't crack open a textbook to learn your first language, right?
Right. No, you're just kind of like surrounded by it.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
You are completely immersed in it, and
Yeah.
that's what they're saying is so important for learning a new language.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, find English content that you actually like.
Right.
Things that you'd enjoy even if they weren't English.
Yeah.
So think like YouTube channels, podcasts about things you're interested in. Or, maybe there's a show that everyone's talking about.
Ooh, yes. Binge watching for
Yeah.
language learning. I like it.
Exactly.
This is a really fun approach.
It is. They're making it fun, right?
Yeah.
Not a chore.
Not a chore at all. But wait, okay, so we're listening, we're immersing ourselves.
Right.
But at some point, we've got to actually,
You're going to
speak.
do it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where people get a little freaked out.
I know, for sure.
But that's where this shadowing technique comes in.
Tell me more about this.
So it's more than just like repeating what you hear.
Got it.
It's about embodying like all the nuances of English.
It's like you become the speaker, almost like acting.
Exactly. Method acting for languages.
Okay, I am on board with that. But how do you actually do it? Beyond just watching a movie.
Right. Well, the script suggests breaking it down.
Okay.
So instead of trying to copy everything at once, focus on just one thing at a time.
Okay.
Like one day, really pay attention to how the speaker's voice goes up and down.
Oh, the intonation.
Yes. And then the next day, notice the rhythm and how fast they're talking.
Oh, that's smart. So you're isolating each element.
Exactly.
And that helps you kind of absorb it and make it part of how you speak.
Right. Yeah. You start to just naturally do it on your own.
That's brilliant. Okay, so we're listening, we're shadowing. What about all those words?
Vocabulary.
Yes, any super secret tips for expanding that?
Okay. So ditch those giant lists of words.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah. Who wants to do that?
No one.
The script talks about something called the spaced repetition system.
Spaced repetition system. Okay.
It's like a workout for your vocab.
Oh, I like this. Tell me more.
Okay, so you learn a new word. You use it in a few different sentences, right?
Right.
Then you just let it go.
Okay.
Leave it alone.
Okay, so don't cram it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then a few hours later, you come back to it. Then the next day, and then a few days later.
Oh, so you're spacing it out?
Yes. And every time you see that word again, it sticks in your memory better.
So you're not just cramming it and then forgetting it.
No, it stays with you.
That is a really cool trick.
It's pretty neat, right?
But let's be honest, the hardest part of anything is consistency.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it.
Life just gets in the way sometimes.
Totally. Motivation goes up and down.
Any advice on how to deal with that?
Well, the script does this really cool thing where it talks about mistakes differently.
Okay.
Think of them as feedback.
Ooh, interesting.
Instead of beating yourself up, ask yourself why you made that mistake.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's like a learning opportunity.
Exactly. It takes the pressure off.
It does. You're not striving for perfection every time.
Nope. It's all about progress.
Progress over perfection. I love that. Okay, so we've tackled listening, speaking, and vocabulary. But there's one more big one.
Uh-oh. Which one?
Pronunciation.
Yes.
What does the script say about that?
It says your accent is part of who you are.
Yes.
Don't try to erase it.
You don't have to sound like a textbook.
Exactly.
Good.
It's about being clear, not sounding like everyone else.
I love that.
Yeah.
So how do we balance that? Embracing our own voice, but also making sure we're understood.
That's where the International Phonetic Alphabet comes in, or IPA for short.
The IPA chart. You mean that thing with all the weird symbols?
The one and only.
I remember that from high school.
Yeah. It can be a little intimidating, but it's super helpful.
How so?
Okay, so it breaks down sounds into their basic parts.
Okay.
So it's like a map for all the sounds humans can make.
Ooh, a map.
Yeah, and by learning that, you can figure out which sounds are tricky for you and practice them.
So I can pinpoint what I need to work on. That makes a lot of sense. And I don't have to, like, memorize the whole chart.
No, 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 just the parts that are helpful for you.
That's a relief.
Right, it's about finding the tools that work for you and using them in a way that you enjoy.
It's your journey.
Exactly. And you get to choose how you want to learn.
I am so glad we had this conversation.
Me too. It's really shifted my perspective on fluency.
Mine too. It's not just about memorizing grammar or words.
Right, it's way deeper than that.
It's about understanding how language works.
And then using that to create your own way of communicating.
And the script really emphasizes finding your motivation.
Oh yeah, why are you doing this?
Exactly. What doors will it open? What will you be able to do?
Right, like for some people it's about their job, right?
Oh, totally. New opportunities, working with people from different countries,
Yeah, or maybe for others it's about connecting with family or friends better.
or even just feeling more comfortable when you travel.
Yes. And don't forget about all the books and movies and music you can enjoy.
Oh, you're right. You can experience it all in the original language.
It's about expanding your world.
Exactly. And having a clear reason why you're learning can really help when things get tough.
Absolutely. It's like your guiding star.
Keeps you on track.
Yeah, even when it gets hard, you know why you're doing it.
That's so important.
Yeah.
So to recap, we've talked about listening, shadowing, spaced repetition, the IPA chart.
Wow, we covered a lot.
We did. And it's clear that there's no one right way to become fluent.
Nope, it's all about finding what works for you.
It's like a toolbox.
Yeah, pick and choose the tools you like.
And this deep dive has really made me excited about language learning again.
Me too.
Ah,
It's reminding me that fluency is a journey, not a destination.
and it's a journey we can enjoy.
Exactly. Have fun with it.
It's like we've been thinking about fluency all wrong.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just about rules and lists.
Right. It's about understanding how language really works.
Exactly. You become like an artist,
Yeah.
shaping the language, you
I
know?
like that. It's like we're sculpting our own way of speaking.
Exactly.
And that reminds me, the script talks a lot about motivation.
Oh, yeah. That's key.
Why are you even learning English? What's the goal?
That's the first question you got to ask yourself.
What doors will it open for you? What new things will you be able to do?
So many possibilities.
So many. For some people, it might be about getting a better job.
Oh, for sure. Lots of jobs require English.
Yeah. Or maybe you want to work with people from all over the world.
Absolutely. Or travel.
Yes. Traveling is so much easier when you speak the language.
Right. No more awkward hand gestures.
No more pointing at menus.
Exactly. Or maybe you have family who speaks English.
Yeah, and you want to connect with them on a deeper level.
That's a really powerful motivator.
It is. And let's not forget about all the amazing books and movies and music out there.
Oh, you're so right. It's like a whole world opens up.
A world of entertainment.
And knowledge.
Yes.
Think of all the things you can learn.
You can learn from anyone, anywhere.
Exactly.
So having that clear purpose, like, why am I doing this?
It really...
It's huge, especially when you hit a wall.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have tough days.
Everyone does.
But if you remember your why...
You'll keep going.
Exactly. You'll push through.
So we've talked about listening, shadowing, that spaced repetition thing.
Don't forget the IPA chart.
The IPA chart, yeah. So many tools.
And you know what's so cool?
What?
There's no one right way to learn.
That's what we've been saying.
It's all about what works for you.
Like we said, it's a toolbox.
Exactly. Find what you like, what works best for you, and just go for it.
This whole conversation has got me so pumped about language learning again.
Me too. It's like a breath of fresh air.
I know, right? Fluency is a journey.
Not a destination.
And it's a journey we can enjoy.
You got it.
We don't have to stress about being perfect.
Nope. Progress over perfection.
Okay, so what about this challenge? You said we should leave our listeners with something to think about.
Yes. A little something to ponder.
Something that goes beyond just, the technical stuff.
Right. Something deeper.
Like, how does fluency actually change your life?
I like it. How about this? How might improving your English open up new doors for you?
New opportunities.
New experiences?
That's a big question.
It is. But it gets you thinking, right?
It does. It makes you connect your goals to your dreams.
Exactly. Like, what do you really want to achieve?
And how can English help you get there?
Because it's about more than just the language, right?
It's about what you can do with it.
It's about expanding your world, connecting with people.
Becoming the best version of yourself.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
I feel like we need to add a little disclaimer here, though.
Okay, what's that?
This is just the beginning of the conversation.
Oh, for sure. This is just a taste.
Fluency is a lifelong journey.
It is. You never stop learning.
There's always something new to discover.
Exactly. So take these ideas, experiment with them, make it your own.
Make it fun.
And don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Mistakes are how we learn.
Totally. So go out there and have fun with it.
We've given them the tools.
Now it's their turn.
Time to put it all into practice.
Yeah, see what works for them.
You know, those stumbles along the way.
Oh yeah, you're going to mess
You know
up.
how I make mistakes.
But that's how you learn.
It's all part of the process.
Totally.
So as we wrap up, how about a challenge for our listeners?
Ooh, I like that.
Something to get them started on their own journey.
Let's do it.
Okay, so pick one thing we talked about today.
Just one. Could be anything.
Immersing yourself in English.
Trying out that shadowing thing.
Spaced repetition, the IPA chart.
Whatever speaks to you.
And then what?
Do it for 5 minutes every day this week.
5 minutes, that's all?
It's not a lot, but it's a start.
It's about building that habit. And who knows, maybe those 5 minutes will turn into 10, then 15.
Next thing you know, you're speaking English all the time.
You're hooked.
Exactly.
And remember, you're not alone on this journey.
There's a whole community out there.
People who are learning just like you.
So connect with them, share your experiences.
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
We're all in this together.
Language learning is a team sport.
I love that analogy.
We're all helping each other reach our goals.
And who knows, maybe someday you'll be the one giving the advice.
Sharing your tips and inspiring others.
That's the dream.
That's what it's all about.
So to everyone listening out there,
We hope this deep dive has been helpful
inspiring.
and, most importantly, empowering.
You got this.
Fluency is within your reach.
Just remember,
It's a journey.
enjoy the ride
Keep learning, keep growing.
and keep those conversations flowing.
Until next time.